KXBS on 92.1 coming soon. KXBS.
This broadcast will start in 60 seconds. This broadcast will start in 45 seconds. This broadcast will start in 30 seconds. This broadcast will start in 15 seconds. This broadcast will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Voice of Stockton. For more information on The Voice of Stockton, go to thevoiceofstockton.org.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS The Voice of Stockton or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
Good morning, Stocktonians, and welcome to a special edition of Tales and Tips. I'm so honored to have my good friend Amber Butler with me today, and she is going to talk to us about Loel Senior Center in Lodi. Amber, welcome. Take it away.
Thank you for having me. Yes, I am their new fund development coordinator, and I'm excited about this nonprofit that is in Lodi, which helps seniors 60 plus with daily activities and meals and different things that seniors just don't know about. We're there to help them out and provide a social and nutritional routine for them, which is great.
Awesome. That's important. And you have a long history of working for nonprofits.
Correct. Yes, I've been doing it for almost 7 years now.
You worked first for Mary Graham, and then you were with Habitat for Humanity. We interviewed you related to that. So why Loel Senior Center?
Because I think seniors are a forgotten about generation. People believe that they've worked hard their whole life. They have the money to support themselves. They have money to take care of the things they need to take care of. They should know what's going on in the world. But what people don't understand is they don't stay caught up on technology. A lot of them are living off of Social Security, which if you look up Social Security, it's about $17,000 a year for an individual, which is not what you can live off of in today's day and age.
Not at all. And my mom just turned 90, and so I understand. And she is at a different senior center. But yes, we go through difficulties related to technology. We had issues over cell phones, and it's just challenging health-wise and nutrition-wise and everything you said, and trying to maintain as much independence for her as possible.
Correct. And that's one of our big things is we want to be able to keep our seniors as independent as possible and not in a home. We want them to be able to live in their own home because we've found that if they don't, they end up being depressed or the medical issues are higher. And that's what we want. We want them to be able to stay at home, be happy, be able to continue to life as independently as possible, and that's what Loel Senior Center is there for.
That's awesome. So they're not actually living at the facility, they're doing activities there.
Correct. The facility itself, we do have 14 homes for seniors, so they're low-income homes where seniors can go, and it's based off of their income. Their rent is based off of their income. But other than that, the center itself is a place that's open Monday through Friday for seniors. And we do activities such as bingo, exercises on a daily basis. They can learn line dancing. They can do crafts. They can do knitting. They can do sewing. And we also serve inside the facility itself. We serve a balanced lunch every day, Monday through Friday, cooked right there at the facility. We have a commercial kitchen, and we have a chef who cooks meals that are actually approved by a dietitian for seniors.
Wonderful. So it sounds more like a club. So how does someone participate in this? What are the fees to do it?
We do not, there's only a few activities such as Tai Chi and bingo, which we do charge for. Other than that, the activities are free. We do have suggested donation amounts, but we don't require that you pay them.
Wonderful.
If they want to come to the lunch, we do a suggested donation of $3, but we understand if they cannot afford it. They have to call and make reservations just so we know how much to cook for, because again, the meals are cooked daily right there in our kitchen and they're hot for the seniors. So we do ask that they call and make reservations. They can call our phone number at 209-369-1591 and make the reservations. They can make them for up to a week at a time. We also do what we call our Meals on Wheels program. So a lot of seniors are homebound. And to us, homebound means they can't get out, they don't drive, they can't really walk very far, so they can't get to the store. And there's nobody living in the home that can go to the store for them or go get food for them. And so Monday through Friday, we have 2 routes which serve 50 seniors. And we take these hot meals that are cooked in our kitchen to these homes, and we provide warm, hot meals for these seniors. Not only is this a hot meal that's nutritional for the seniors, it's also a daily check, because we can't leave the meal if they don't answer the door, if we don't hear from them. So it's a daily check to make sure that they're doing okay, to make sure that there's no problems, because if there is an issue, we like to try to help them solve it the best way we can. And it's also, so for some of these seniors, it's the only one-on-one human contact they receive from anybody, because they don't have family around. So some of them just like to have that conversation.
Of course.
In the last week, I've been going around to our clients' houses and serving the meals, just trying to see, meet our clients and see what the program means to them. And I found it very surprising how many people said, it's the only meal they eat a day. They may eat Cheerios out of the box, or they may eat half of it at lunch and eat the other half at dinner because they can't get up to cook, or they're blind, so they can't cook, so they don't trust themselves to cook, but yet they still want to live at home. So this allows them to live independently at home and still have a nutritional meal.
Awesome. Awesome. And how many people is the Meals on Wheels serving?
Currently, we have 2 routes, and it serves 50 meals a day. We actually have a waiting list, and we could start 2 more routes. We do need funding for that. It's $50,000 a year per route. So one of our goals is to be able to start 2 new routes, to have 4 routes a day, which would serve 100 seniors a day.
Wow. Wow. And is this just in Lodi, or are you able to go beyond the area to serve meals?
It's in the Lodi area, Lodi-Woodbridge area, yes.
Okay. All right. And I know you mentioned you're looking to expand to have at least 1 more route. Are you looking at all to offering anything on the weekend?
We have not talked about the weekend. Our other big expansion project is currently we have 1 big hall where we do all the activities and we serve the lunch. We'd like to build another hall. We have room to build another hall. So that way our volunteers and our part-time staff, they don't have to break down and set up the tables as often, because so in the morning, the hall is set up for exercises and maybe a bingo or a card game, but then it has to be broken down and set up for lunch. Then it has to be broken down and set up for the afternoon. So if we can get another hall built where we can just have the meals set up all the time, then we can provide more activities for our seniors Monday through Friday.
Wonderful.
And not have to keep breaking down and setting up tables.
And what's the approximated cost for that other hall?
We have one estimate, and it's about $3.7 million.
Okay. And during the week at the facility, and let's say the address of the facility, how many people are eating there and participating in activities?
The address of the facility is 105 South Washington Street in Lodi. And daily, we can serve up to 150 individuals in our hall for lunch. Obviously, depending on the activities and depending on what the menu is for the day, because the menu is approved for the month, so they can see each day what is being served. We can have a full facility. My first day there on Monday, it was busy all day long. It was great. There was about 150 people in the facility all day. It was great. It was
awesome.
Very social, a lot of talking. Everybody's happy. We try to make every client that comes in a part of the Loel family.
Awesome. And I'm sure now, especially that it's so warm out, that a lot of the seniors are enjoying being somewhere that's air conditioned, that they have food provided, and they have activities.
Correct. They come, and a lot of them, it's just to get out of the house and have that socialing. It's great. We do have a library there as well for them. We have a book club.
Wonderful.
We do have services. We do have attorneys that come in once a month and help with legal advice for the seniors. At tax time, we have somebody who does taxes, helps with their taxes.
How about voting?
Nothing yet for voting. These are obviously programs that we can look into. Currently, just for the summer months, there is somebody there who will teach art, like painting.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's several different activities that they can choose from. And our calendar is on our website as well, which is loelcenter.net. So they can go on and see what the activities are for the day on the calendar. They can go online and see what the meal's going to be for the day also if they want to make a reservation.
All right. And I know you talked about lunch and you talked about Meals on Wheels and how some people will divide that into 2 meals. Any plans to offer a dinner meal as well?
Not at this time. What we found also is a lot of seniors don't want to eat a heavy meal at night. They eat less as they get older. Mm-hmm. So even when we provide the lunch, a lot of them say that it's a lot of food. So it's good. It lasts them for 2 meals. That's what we found. There hasn't been any need yet to say, oh, let's provide a dinner as well.
Okay. All right. And what about connecting with other nonprofits in the area? Let's say that you have a senior that is needing other community services. Do you work with other nonprofits in the area?
We do. Actually, Wednesday, we had a farmer's market at the facility, and that's the Stockton Food Bank comes up and brings up fruits and vegetables. And
awesome.
Our seniors can go and get free fruits and vegetables from the farmer's market.
All right, awesome. Shout out to the Emergency Food Bank. I'm on the board for that. Great organization. I didn't realize that we were bringing food out to Lodi. That's wonderful. That's awesome. All right. And what about if a senior needs like a California ID? Do you have any way to facilitate that for them or connect them to services for that or clothing, anything like that?
We do have, if they ask questions, we do have a book that gives us numbers that we can help. And a lot of the staff has been there for a very long time. Tracy is our CEO, and she's been there for 19 years. So she's very, very informed about other areas in Lodi that can help the seniors. So if there's a question, such as when I went out on the route to do the Meals on Wheels, seniors would ask us questions, and we'd come back, get the answer, and call them and let them know what the answer was.
Awesome.
Transportation to doctor's appointments. We do have resources that we can provide for them to help them out with numbers they may need or different questions they may have.
Wonderful. And in Lodi, we're fortunate to have, I believe it's called the Grapevine, the bus system that will transport people.
Correct, yes.
So that's excellent. That's an advantage. I know you mentioned that Tracy, your CEO, has been there 19 years. How long has Loel Senior Center existed?
Since 1976. It was actually created by William Holtz, who owned a rubber company. And he believed in a better life for seniors. He wanted to make sure that the seniors of Lodi were taken care of. And personally himself, he was delivering Meals on Wheels to seniors when he was around.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's amazing. So let's talk about funding, because that's always an issue for any nonprofit. How are you funded?
We are funded by generous donors of the community. We have 2 events. This Saturday we're having, it's called Pass the Plate, to raise money for our meals program, both in-house and the Meals on Wheels. And in November, on November 3rd, we will have our lobster feed, which will provide more funding for it. Also with grants, we are currently, my job is to write grants and bring some money in, but we are a nonprofit, 501c3, so it's all a donation, tax write-off. But again, it's our generous community and the people that want to help seniors, because a lot of those seniors could be their own parents that are out there. It could be somebody's parents that they know. And to know that they're in a safe place for the day, that they're being socially active, not just sitting at home, they're getting a nutritional meal, it's rewarding to them. It's good to know that my parent is being taken care of during the day at this center.
And I love that it's extending their independence.
Yes.
That's awesome. All right. And you mentioned your 2 events, the lobster feed, and you mentioned this Saturday you've passed the plate, which is already sold out. That's awesome. And what about like a newsletter? Are you reaching out to different organizations in the community to support Loel Senior Center? We
do a newsletter every month. It goes out. If you're on our mailing list, if you want to get on our mailing list, again, give us a call at 209-369-1591. Our newsletter is also on our website every month, so you can go on our website. Again, that's loelcenter.net.
Do you have a Facebook page?
There is, Loel Center, and we are getting it more updated as we speak. But again, they can call us if they have any questions. And we're based off of donations, and we want to expand our Meals on Wheels program. And again, we want to build a bigger facility so we don't have to keep breaking down tables, and we can offer more activities for our seniors.
Awesome. And it sounds like obviously you have the land that you can expand on.
Correct.
That would be awesome. And maybe some of our listeners can donate things towards that expansion if they're not able to donate money. What about volunteers?
We always need volunteers to help with the Meals on Wheels, because our drivers, each route has 3 volunteers. There's a driver who drives the van. Then there's a runner who goes up into the house and provides the meals, checks on the clients, puts the meals on the table. A lot of our clients, you have to go in the house and they have a place set up on their table ready for their meal to be, set down. And then also the packer. So somebody sits in the back of the van and packs each meal, because we keep them hot. They stay hot, or the fruit stays cold. So at every house, you have to put one hot, one cold in the box, and it goes up to the house.
Wow, awesome.
We
so
also
it's quite involved.
Yes, and we also need volunteers to help serve the meals at the center itself. Also, if you know how to play bingo, or you can come and help with those as well.
Awesome. And when the driver and the runner and the packer go out, I'm sure that they have a walkie-talkie or phone or something if there's a problem when they get to the house, if someone's ill.
There's this, most of them, people have cell phones, but we have a list. And so on that list, it also provides an emergency contact. So
Great.
if the client does not answer the phone, we call the emergency contact and say, hey, we're here. Is everything okay? If it's not, then yes, we try to make those extra calls, because we know that they answer the phone or the door. We know what they're supposed to do. So if they're not, then something is obviously wrong, and we want to make sure
Great.
that we figure out why.
So you have a way to reach 911.
Correct.
Okay, awesome. Let's go back to the newsletter and talk about who writes the newsletter and what's in the newsletter.
The newsletter consists of our schedule for the month. It also consists of if there's new activities coming up, if events that are going on, the donors that have donated for the month, different things like that. And a lot of, the CEO writes a few portions, but it's the Loel volunteers and staff themselves who create the newsletter.
Wonderful. And how does a senior in Lodi or Woodbridge become aware of your facility?
And they can call us. We'll give them a tour. Also, if donors just want a tour, I think it's a great way. I had a donor this week that they're interested, but they want to see. And I think, come down if you want to see where your money's going. Come down and talk to these seniors that spend their time there, and see how much it means to them to have a place to come where they're treated as family, and they're welcomed, and they have a hot meal. And just come and speak to them, and you'll know that your money is going to something very worthwhile.
Oh, I'm sure that it's pivotal for them. And I didn't ask the question right. So how are you reaching out to seniors in the community so that they're aware that this service exists?
Before it was word of mouth. But now, as the fund development coordinator, we are reaching out to different churches. If anybody wants me to come and speak, I'll come and speak at their church, at their organization, companies. They're just now starting to reach out more in the public eye. Otherwise, it's usually been word of mouth from other seniors saying, "Hey, come down, this is fun."
What about at the hospital? Have you done any outreach there?
Just from what people know of us from the hospital, but not really. I mean, if a hospital wants us to come and speak, we'll come and speak. But again, we're trying this whole new going out, speaking to individuals, letting them know. And again, the more individuals that come in, unfortunately, it costs more funding because we have to pay for the food. So that's another big thing.
Well, and hopefully with outreach and radio and events and other promotions and grants, you'll be able to do all of the expansion that you want. That would be amazing if you could add on another route. I know you said that you have a waiting list for the Meals on Wheels. How long is the waiting list?
Currently, we have to tell people, unfortunately, it could take anywhere from 6 months to a year to get onto our Meals on Wheels program. Because once you're on it, you don't come off of it unless your living situation changes, which when you get a nutritional meal, we find that they're living longer. They're able to stay at home independently longer,
of course,
which is a great thing. It's good to know. But for those that are on the waiting list, it becomes a long time.
All right. Well, hopefully that can happen within this year, that you can add on a third route. That would be amazing.
Yes.
That would be awesome. Maybe we have some donors listening that would like to donate to a really worthy organization. that's helping seniors maintain their independence and have a good quality of life. And maybe we have some listeners that want to volunteer as well.
That would be great.
So tell me, I know you said that if you go and see the facility that it will really, really bond you to this organization. Tell me what the people that are participating in the events and the meals saying to you.
When I asked the seniors that are receiving our meals, when I went out the last 3 days, it was amazing to see that they would say this means everything to them. They can stay home. They wouldn't have a hot meal without it. I had one that her son was there actually cleaning when I delivered the meal, and her son said, my mom has more energy now that she receives this meal. I had one tell me that she can actually get up and walk now, where before she couldn't, because she has this nutritional meal, again, approved by a dietitian. So it's very heartwarming to see that it pulls at your heartstrings,
Awesome.
that it's working.
That's awesome. And what about people that have special dietary needs?
We do not, unfortunately, we cannot accommodate to dietary needs. They do get a carton of milk, a little small carton of milk with their meal, and they can request that they don't want that milk. So we can keep the milk out, but we don't cater to people's special dietary needs, because then it just becomes too much to handle.
Yes, that makes sense. All right. Well, anything that you'd like to add?
I just hope people are listening and they want to support our foundation. And just remember, this could be your parent at our facility, meeting other people, getting active in their community, and just enjoying themselves in an air-conditioned room and getting a hot meal a day.
Awesome. And are there any things besides monetary that people can donate to your organization that you need?
I mean,
dish soap, socks, anything like that? Games.
Sometimes we do get special requests from clients. We did have a gentleman last year at Christmas that wanted a suit so he could go to a function. And so we did have somebody come forward and buy him a suit. So it just depends. There's always needs that come up, but we don't have the room to store a lot of items currently. Obviously, sewing material, knitting material, because we do make blankets throughout the year. The knitting club does. And then it gets delivered to the Meals on Wheels clients at Christmas time.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Awesome. Excellent. And I was going to ask you what you do for the holidays for the clients.
Yeah, it just depends. So, sometimes clients, like we had one who came in who had shoes that were too big for her, and she walks everywhere. So we made sure she got a pair of shoes that fit her. So we don't have the room to store stuff, but if a need comes up, we do let people know and see if we can get a donor to donate it.
Awesome. That's amazing. That's wonderful. And how many people does your newsletter go out to?
Currently, it's about 2,000 people a month.
Wonderful. Awesome. And maybe we can expand that. And once again, how do you get on that newsletter list?
You can call us at 209-369-1591 or go on to loelcenter.net and you can send us a message and we'll make sure you get onto our newsletter.
Wonderful. Excellent. And it's exciting to hear that you have 2 big projects that you're working on, and hopefully the fundraiser this Saturday is a huge success. I know it's sold out, but do you want to talk more about this fundraiser that's coming up tomorrow?
You can, if you want to call next week, and you can donate money, and it goes to fill a plate. It goes to help serve seniors. We have different levels, and you can go on our website and see those levels, but you can become a donor or a sponsor for different levels of serving a plate to our seniors.
Wonderful. Awesome. And can you give us a breakdown of, like, if someone wanted to sponsor one senior for Meals on Wheels for a month, what does that break down to?
Our meals typically cost about $12 per person to cook, with the chef, the cook, the dietitian, and the food. It's about $12 per day is what it is.
And including the delivery as well? Okay,
yes.
That's actually really reasonable.
Yes, because we do cook it all in-house, so he buys everything from scratch and cooks it, so it's not too bad.
Wonderful. And that's awesome when you think about the fact that probably a lot of people that are either eating at the facility or having Meals on Wheels might make 2 meals out of that.
Correct.
That's huge. That's awesome. That's a great value and a wonderful service. That's amazing.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Anything else that you'd like to add?
Just thank you for having me on your radio, and I hope that we have some donors out there who want to support seniors in our community.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you being here today. And I was not aware that the Loel Senior Center offered these services. I thought it was just like, any other senior facility. And it sounds like you're doing amazing things to really help seniors thrive and be independent as long as possible. And that's magnificent. I'm excited that you're there. I'm sure that you'll really help them to grow and prosper.
Yes, thank you.
All right. I'm going to sign off. I am the voice of Stockton. You are the voice of Stockton. We are the voice of Stockton. Let's make it a great day.